Okay, it's Doug Coy and Raging Ron, and we are at the coffee shop, of course, and doing coffee shop rant. It's raining like crazy outside, but hey, it's Vancouver. What can we say?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so we sit around, we discuss a lot at the coffee shop, and Ron here is an excellent marketer. He's been involved in marketing most of his life and has kind of understand that whole philosophy of marketing. So we're talking about how do they ever market certain products, and I was thinking to myself, how did they ever convince us to smoke cigarettes? I mean, if a Martian came down here and said, what are they doing? And you tried to explain it, it'd be hard. They're taking a noxious weed, wrapping it in toilet paper, putting something like toilet paper, putting chemicals in it, and then getting people to light a fire and breathe smoke. And years ago, like, the big marketing that brought the women into it was, you've come a long ways, baby.
Yeah. Virginia Slims, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then there was one that was done many, many years ago. 9 out of 10 doctors highly recommend smoking Camels. That was an actual ad campaign. Most young people would never even remember that, but I do. And I was a smoker, and so were you.
Yeah, still off and on here and there.
Still off and on.
It's like being an alcoholic. You're fighting it forever.
Yeah,
You have one beer and you want to smoke again.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on that, Ron?
I go back to the initiation of cigarettes. Like, if you were to initiate this as a new product today, if you're going to introduce cigarettes as a new product today, how are you introducing it to the FDA or whomever you're going to go to? The idea is saying, well, I've got this thing and I wrap it in paper and I put a filter on the end. It's okay because I put a filter on the end. That filter can't be biodegraded through any means known to human beings, so it's going to go into the ground or a landfill somewhere.
And the filter is to keep the poisons out.
That's right.
Kinda.
The poisons that we put in there that we have to put a filter to guard you against. So it's like they're giving you the rope and then standing below you and telling you not to hang yourself with it. You know, I don't but if you introduce this as a brand new product today, what would they say to you? What would the FDA say to you if you introduce cigarettes? Here's this new product. I want it on the market today. What do you think? What do you think if you're the FDA?
Yeah, I mean, there's no way it's going on.
No.
I mean, it's not going to make it. So there you go, Ron. I mean, I used to tell people in my high school assemblies, we can sell anybody anything. Mm-hmm. And I'm convinced of that. If we had garlic underarm spray and it smelled terrible, if we got a professional athlete to come on and say, this is the smell of success.
And put it in an Axe bottle. Put it in an Axe bottle, and
we'd have people buying it.
Yeah, we would, absolutely, we would.
But it's a totally interesting thing, the power of marketing.
Yeah.
And I think we'll discuss at a later time. Is it the media that influences, or is the media just simply reflecting back society? I mean, you get this back and forth. Who's actually, and who's pushing the buttons here?
You can't sell if there's nobody to sell to, and that's it at the end of it. It's like the idea, that Chris Rock idea, that you don't sell drugs. You got them. You don't got to sell them. Yeah. You just have to have them. People are going to come for them. You don't have to sell anything. But don't forget, 10 years ago, we all said, oh, when it gets to 10 bucks a pack, I'm done. Oh, when it gets to 8 bucks a pack, I'm done. 9 bucks. Now we're up to $10, $11, $12 for a pack of cigarettes. People are still smoking. They're spending what they used to spend on their daily meals 25 years ago. They're spending it on 1 pack of cigarettes a day.
I have a friend, and Joe goes through, he tells me, 3.5 packs a day.
Yeah.
And that's how much money? 30 some dollars.
35 bucks a day, 30 bucks a day.
Yeah. Hard to even imagine, you know? I mean, that's a serious habit. And we've been convinced, and then once it gets you, I don't think there's a harder thing to quit, honestly, than smoking cigarettes. I think it's one of the most addictive drugs there are.
Also because we've made it so acceptable in every society. We've made it acceptable all over the place. It's okay to stand out there and smoke. Now in a city like Vancouver, I don't know where you people are watching from or seeing this from, but in Vancouver, you can't smoke within 20 feet of a front door of an establishment, a business of any kind, even a parkade. You can't smoke within 20 feet or 6 meters of the front door. So we've made it kind of a stigma to slow down, and I think the numbers will reflect that people are smoking less, or less people are smoking, better way to explain it. But having said that, they're still buying it. They're still buying it. And how much have they regulated the marketing of it in Canada? You can't advertise anything. It used to be the Du Maurier Jazz Festival. What is it now? Is it still Du Maurier Jazz Fest?
I don't think so. No, it's not. And the car and the big car races.
Yeah.
And finally, let's stay on that topic. One last comment on that. I mean, if you take it from smoking cigarettes to smoking pot, how much of that same logic goes over to the legalization of pot? I mean, that's something to think about. If we make it more accessible, because some people say, well, the health risk might not be in the getting high, but it might be in the what you're bringing into your lungs.
Yeah. And I know as somebody, I know what my personal choices are, and I know at the end of the day I don't have any problem with what anybody does. But I don't believe in legalizing marijuana. I just believe if you absolutely make it available to everybody, it's going to get abused. It's getting abused now anyways, but you haven't seen nothing yet. Once they make it legal, everybody's going to be abusing it because everybody can get at it. And then you're going to have to find other stuff to offset the marijuana. Antidepressant drugs, this, that. You're not depressed, you're high. You're sitting on the couch and you're being very quiet because you don't quite know what's going on, and that's okay. If that's what you want to be, that's okay. But as soon as something's legal, it's acceptable and therefore very abusable.
Very interesting. This is Coffee Shop Rant, and we're going to be talking to people. Hey, if you have a comment on this, you want to video your comment, it's very simple. Go to So What Do You Think on YouTube, SWDYT Think, and you can actually post a video in reference to what Ron and I are talking about. We'd love to hear what you have to think. Keep it under 3 minutes if you can. That would be perfect. Or if you want, email me at doug@sowhatdoyouthink.com and let me know your Skype, and I'll get a hold of you, and I'll do a video Skype with you, okay? Because those are some of the ways that we can get you up on the website right now. By the way, the website's going to be changing. Be looking in the next couple of weeks. Ooh, you watch. It's going to be really good.
Nice.
Yeah, so we really do want to hear from you. I mean, that's what the purpose of this whole thing is, and that's what Ron and I are all about. It's not so much what he thinks, what I think, it's what you think, and we want to hear what you have to say. So, sowhatdoyouthink.com. Talk to you soon.